Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I'm currently down on Elbow Falls. Just doing a little bit of a walk. Here, let me show you. We've got a storm coming in. You can see it in the distance. But this is one of those places that I've come to many times. And I've never actually looked into the history of this area. I've always taken it for granted and come down and check out the scenery, which is fine to do, but it's kind of cool to figure out the history about this area as well. So in a second here, I will fill you in on what that history is. This area out here, you know, it's a place that I've always come to and, you know, stopped in, taking photos. But it turns out there's a lot of history in this area. In the background there, you can see it's all the Elbow Valley, Elbow Falls right there. But this valley here used to be a corridor for Indigenous nations, including the Cree, the Blackfoot, and the Tsuut'ina. They used to use this valley not only for hunting elk and bighorn sheep, but also as their kind of highway to get to the Rocky Mountains, which are west of here. In the early 1900s, settlers in the area tried to turn it into a logging area, and they set up logging camps throughout here. But because of the terrain and the flooding that happens every year, and also no rail access, they abandoned that thought, which is great because now the province protects this area since 1978. I'm currently in Kananaskis, and it turns out the story behind that word is a Cree native suffered an axe wound to the chest, and according to legend, he survived. And I can't remember how they pronounced it, but Kananaskis or Kananaskis, which eventually something like that. I'm sorry if I messed that up completely, but according to legend, another settler in the area, John Palliser, was doing an expedition through here, and he had heard that legend, and he was the one that named this area Kananaskis Country. So that's some pretty cool history. I was thinking about firing up a coffee and sitting and relaxing, but with the way this wind and snow is coming in, I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm going to head back to the Bronco and go and warm up. It's getting really cold. I don't know what I did with my gloves, but I'll continue walking back to the Bronco, and I will talk to you soon. Where does your water come from? Under your feet. Sorry for all the camera shaking. Time to head back. Holy smokes, that storm is blowing in really fast. Get my glovies on. God, even in the winter, this place is just absolutely beautiful. Got a snowflake in my eyeball. Here, look at this snow coming in. It is really starting to snow and blow. Snow and blow. Maybe that's where they got snow blowers from. I gotta put my sunglasses on. Sorry. Getting snow in my eyeball. Okay, there we go. Anyway, I'm gonna walk down here a little bit more and then get back to the Bronco. About half an hour ago, this place was packed. There was people everywhere. And I didn't do any filming because there was a young child that just kept screaming in the background. And I thought, no, I'm not going to film with that. Anyway, I got to be careful here. Slippery. So during those floods in 2013, and I think 2005 was also another one, this whole area was underwater. Off of this bank here, some of this bank here used to be a picnic area, but it all got wiped out. But this was all water, full of river. Look at this plaque, surviving the winter. That's what I'm trying to do. You're in the zone. Anyway, I'm going to see if these bathrooms are open. If not, I'm finding a tree. Shh, don't tell anybody. So if you want to come out for an enjoyable drive and some beautiful scenery, come on out to Elbow Falls. And whether you want to do it in the winter or the summer, it's a stunning place. Sorry for all the huffing and puffing. Snow's pretty deep. Back to the Bronco. Well, I made it back home. Thank you so much for coming along on this ride with me today. It means a lot to me. It would mean a lot to me also if you press like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, please leave some comments and I'll get back to them, get back to your comments as soon as I can. In the meantime, just remember, it's not about going far, it's about still going. And if you want to keep going along with me, I will talk to you again on the next video. Have a great day.